You're watching Sunbelt Football on ESPN+. We welcome you to Troy, Alabama, where it's an absolutely perfect night for football. We've got a Sunbelt showdown for you between nationally ranked App State and Troy. A lot on the line for both of these teams, especially when you look at the updated standings here in the conference. Both Louisiana and App State have wrapped up division crowns. However, if App State wins tonight, the Mountaineers will host Louisiana next week in the championship game. For Troy, a victory tonight for the Trojans, and they become bowl eligible. Hello, everyone. Will Colmeyer alongside Ben Stanfield. We are delighted to have you on board with us here tonight. There is a lot to play for both these teams. Ben, what are you looking for tonight?
Yeah, Appalachian State, that home field advantage in the Sunbelt Championship game is going to be huge. So if they can get out of here with a win tonight, tough place to play in Troy. Troy plays exceptionally well at home. But if App State can get out of here with the victory and take that championship game home next weekend, that's going to be a big deal as they try and secure the conference crown next week.
Well, when we take a look at the impact players for both these teams, let's first of all start with the Mountaineers. It's got to be tailback Darrington Evans. He's the real deal.
Yeah, he is the real deal. He's a hard-working running back, too. 204 attempts on the ground this year. 1,168 yards total, 14 touchdowns. He's looked electric against teams like North Carolina and South Carolina, who they've beaten this year on their schedule. On the other side of the field, Caleb Barker, quarterback for Troy, he's got almost 3,500 yards passing on the season. Offense ranked 10th in the country, even after a dismal performance last week. Troy did not play good football last Saturday against Louisiana, but Barker's still 7th in the nation in passing yards. He's had a great season. Going to try and finish it out strong here tonight on senior night here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
We need to keep an eye out for Barker. He is suffering from turf toe. We'll keep an eye on that storyline. Zach Thomas starting at quarterback for App State. Trojans looking for the upset tonight. App State looking for their 8th straight win on the road. Kickoff straight ahead. Welcome back to the Vet here in Troy, Alabama. We're getting ready for a Sunbelt Eastern Division duel between App State and Troy. This game a year ago decided who would win the Eastern Division, Ben. Tonight, perfect weather. 64 degrees at kickoff. Low humidity, a slight wind, and I love that bottom number. How about 0% chance of showers?
It has been a very, very nice. We talked about this earlier. You called it Chamber of Commerce weather day here in Troy, and it just feels great outside. I don't think you could ask for any better weather, especially for tonight. Night game at the Vet. Everything's set, ready to go, and Troy feels comfortable at home, trying to pull an upset tonight over nationally ranked App State.
Yeah, there's going to be some broadcasters broadcasting games this weekend on ESPN that will be very envious toward our situation here.
Certainly.
And we're ready to start things off. Chandler Staten, the junior from Gainesville, Georgia, the kickoff. That return up the middle across the 25. And that return for Troy sets the Trojans up. First down and 10. That return of 12 yards.
We talked with Chip Lindsey on the conference call this week. He says his team needs a fast start. It helps their confidence overall. Troy's got to get out and march the ball down the field. They're very, very capable, but the key here is this first drive is really going to set the tone for the entire night, according to the coaching staff and what they've told us. They said it really sets the mood for them.
So you see Barker, you saw his numbers. First play up top. No problem with the turf toe there. And a first down completion on the first play from scrimmage for Troy.
Yeah, he had nice coverage there, looked comfortable. Troy going to try and keep that up.
Trey Eford with the reception. Barker maybe back to the line of scrimmage. There is a flag. That hit by Nick Hampton.
A little chippy here earlier. You had a helmet come off on one side of the field, a little bit of pushing and shoving. These two teams are used to playing some very competitive football games. Troy kind of out of the mix this year, obviously here early going, but App State's got a lot to play for tonight, and really Troy does too as they try and push for that bowl bid.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down. By rule number 55, who lost his helmet does not leave the game for one play.
So a personal foul penalty on App State. You were just talking about it, Ben, being a little chippy out there.
Yeah, a little bit of extracurricular to try and calm that down on that App State defense.
So Barker will be in the shotgun. First play in App State territory.
They're going to try and get a free play here and have some success too.
Pass on that far side complete. Knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Was there? They didn't throw a flag there. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that. The App State guys jumped out off sides, were able to get back before the ball was snapped, and it just moving along, right? Yeah.
So a pickup of 4. They came close of getting that free play. Barker's got Billingsley to his right. What a year he has had, and now here's another flag.
Ted Roof, a defensive coordinator for App State, calling an aggressive game early. He obviously knows that Barker's been battling some injuries, trying to get back there and ruffle him in the backfield on this first drive.
We'll talk more about we'll go downstairs.
Full start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So that was Kirk Kelly. Kirk Kelly, the left guard. There is a change with some injuries, even more injuries to this Troy team. You've got Bradshaw at center. He had started all of the games this year, but now Jake Andrews, number 55, gets to start at center tonight, the redshirt freshman. So that pushes it back to 2nd down and 11. Barker's pass is complete. That's Reggie Todd on the reception. That tackle by Elijah Darasuba, the junior out of Greensboro, North Carolina.
Barker got a nice block there in the backfield, too, to keep him from getting sacked on that play. Gave him time to set up the pass. If you can keep Barker comfortable tonight, they obviously, with this turf toe issue, don't want him moving around a ton, and they've been able to pretty well take care of him on this opening drive. Troy's having a fantastic start to the game so far.
No, they couldn't ask for a better start for the Trojans. They've got a manageable 3rd down. 3rd and 5 from the 41-yard line. Barker again in the shotgun. Again, it's Billingsley to his right. Caught. First down inside the 20, down near the 16-yard line. That was Trey Eford, the junior out of Leesburg, Georgia, with his 21st catch of the year.
They're going to try to go fast here. They like the matchup.
Barker has time. Now the pocket collapsed. Might have picked up a yard. That was hit and dropped by Nick Hampton, the redshirt freshman from Anderson, South Carolina. Give Barker a yard. That was Hampton's 16th tackle of the year. Barker coming in, 66% through the airwaves this year. Near side, caught inside the 10. That was Kalen Geiger. Oh, what a year he has had. The junior college transfer from Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah, he is. He's been a great asset to this team, and they have really, really benefited from having him around.
Pass into the end zone, incomplete. Barker was looking for Luke Whittemore, the sophomore out of Gainesville, Florida. That's going to set up 4th down. Sean Jolly with some nice coverage here for App State.
Yeah, that's just good defense right there. I've been watching Ted Roof defenses for a long time. They're very much bend but don't break, and I would say they got a victory here holding Troy to a field goal on this opening drive.
No doubt. Here's Tyler Sumter. And Sumter does what Sumter seems to do every time. A field goal for Sumter, his 13th of the year in 17 attempts. And Troy has the early lead on App State. Troy with the early lead on nationally ranked App State. 12:01 left here in the first quarter. taking a look at the series history between these two, just the 8th meeting overall. App State does lead it 4-3, including winning 4 of the last 5 meetings. The last 3 meetings, though, have been tight.
Yeah, they've had some good games, and Troy coming with an onside kick here.
And nearly pulling it off, recovered by App State. How about a little trickeration?
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Henry Pearson there scoops up the ball, the tight end, and that's good awareness by App State, because I don't think anybody in the stadium felt that they were going to do that there. But Chip Lindsey says, hey, I'm coming to play tonight. Throw it all out there, right?
Absolutely.
Last game of the year.
Absolutely. That was Jack Martin, the kickoff specialist for Troy. Trojans obviously playing to win here tonight, trying to become bowl eligible in Chip Lindsey's first season at the helm. Here's Zach Thomas. He has had himself quite a year. He's looking for the long ball, far side, in and out of the hands. That was Keyshawn Watson, the intended receiver.
Looked like Wisenhunt came up and made a nice play there on defense.
And he was iffy as well.
Sorry about that. That was Juwan McDowell. But a great play, though. He had all day to throw, App State did, on there. Nice coverage in the backfield.
McDowell getting the start tonight because Will Sunderland is out with a concussion. This Jalen Virgil, one of the wide receivers, the junior out of Lawrenceburg, Georgia. Very little room to run. That play made by Jaquez Dunmore, redshirt freshman out of Tallahassee.
Yeah, Troy not falling for the east-west movement there. See what App State does here on 3rd down.
First 3rd down of the night for App State on the year. The Mountaineers are converting 44% of their 3rd downs. Thomas in the shotgun. He's a dual threat quarterback. 3rd and long. Thomas with time, near side, caught by Thomas Hennigan. Up to midfield, and that's a 1st down for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, he adds that interesting caveat on defense, because you have to account for his ability to roll out of the pocket and run. And I think that's what opened up the field there for that completion for App State on that last play.
O'Shea Fletcher making the stop, but not before a 1st down. Thomas is a guy that's 20-3 in his career as a starter. Near side again, caught by Hennigan. He's 2nd on the team in receptions now with 45 on the season.
And you talk about being 20-3 as a starter, and just a remarkable run that this football team is on right now, getting big national exposure for the Sun Belt Conference. App State is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, they have really been terrific since joining the Sun Belt. Thomas looking deep, has a man, caught, touchdown. That's Jalen Virgil. And Thomas throws his 21st touchdown of the season, and for Virgil, that's the 4th time he's found the end zone.
Boy, they made that look really easy. He stepped aside to avoid the pressure. Watch him right here. That slide to the left and throws just a cool, calm, and collected pass to the end zone. And he goes up and gets it for the touchdown. Nice play by App State. Troy does have an injured player on the field. I can't see the number of who that is right now, but that is going to hold up play for just a moment here.
Chandler Staten is in for the extra point. The 5'11", 190-pound junior from Gainesville, Georgia. He's perfect on the year, as is Sumter for Troy in extra points.
We're still not able to tell who that is.
While they attend to the injured Trojan, here's this pass again by Thomas.
What a play by Virgil there to go up and get that touchdown pass. He kind of walks into the end zone after he catches the ball with the, hey, that was easy kind of maneuver there, but that was a big play for App State.
I believe that was Travis Silo, the senior, 6'2", 296, the injured Trojan. Good to see him walking to the near sidelines. We'll keep an eye out for him, and here's Staten. Both these teams blessed with terrific kicking games. Off the hold of Clayton Howell. And how about that? A missed extra point.
That's it's been kind of a dangerous trend of the weekend so far.
Yeah, we saw that last night on ESPN, the Egg Bowl, with Ole Miss missing an extra point attempt that would have sent the game into overtime against Mississippi State, and there you see it. A little hook by Staten. He's now 56 out of 57.
Yeah, that was the old announcer's jinx there.
Yeah. For those folks on social media, you can hashtag that Kohlmeyer curse.
the Kohlmeyer curse, yeah.
Hashtag that. So 61 yards passing in the first drive for Thomas. Barker had 54 yards through the air.
And Coach Eli Drinkwitz of App State has said time and time again, they need to have about 8 explosive plays on the night to have a successful night. They got one in their first drive, and boy, what an explosive play that was. You hate to see them miss that extra point because that may come back and haunt them later in this contest.
Staten will kick off. Back deep, that's Reggie Todd along with Timmy Gibson. Gibson had the kickoff return on the opening kickoff, and this one looked like it's heading toward Gibson as well. He's going to take it out of the end zone. Gibson is tripped up, and Barker will have to start this drive inside the 15.
I thought Caleb Barker looked pretty good on his first drive of the night. We talked about in pregame, he's dealing with the turf toe issue, kind of slowing him down. Basically, we were told in pregame, hey, look, Barker's going to go, but we're not sure how long he's going to go. But he's got some great numbers here on the season so far.
These are national rankings, Ben, and you can see he is all over the top 25, quite a few of those in the top 10 in the FBS.
Yeah, I think he'll throw a football after he leaves Troy.
No doubt. Excellent senior quarterback. And there's a completion right on cue. Up to midfield by Reggie Todd. Sean Jolly on the tackle, but that is quite a pass on first down.
This is what happens when Barker's comfortable. You get beautiful passes like this. They were down inside the 15. They're at midfield now, just in one play.
Run up the middle into App State territory.
And is that Barker that just went down?
Yes.
Oh, Weldon, Zach Weldon.
That's the fullback who's been here, it seems like, forever, and he has started.
This is his 52nd start tonight, Zach Weldon.
52nd start.
Native of Skipperville, Alabama. He played high school football at GW Long and was on some really great teams there. He's had a phenomenal career here at Troy as well. He looks like he's got a pretty significant leg injury here tonight, but
boy, it's been one of those years, hasn't it, with Troy, with the injury bug?
And the flu, too. They've been dealing with the flu on this team for quite a while as well.
Yep. We're going to take an injury timeout. We'll step aside. 9:38 left here in the first quarter. App State with the lead at 6-3. 9:38 left in the first quarter. App State leading Troy 6-3. Barker will set things up on a second down at the 48 of App State. He'll sling it out to the far side.
Defense all
nice
over
play
that
by
one.
Nick Hampton.
Hampton read that from the get-go and was all over that play.
That's Woolfolk, the redshirt freshman. He's come on strong. In fact, led the team in rushing against Missouri earlier this year with 62 yards on 18 carries. Had 4 catches. 2 of those were for touchdowns against Texas State a couple weeks ago. Third down after the loss. 3rd and 11, and Barker's in trouble, and he's going to go down. Terrific play by Jordan Fair. He's the leading tackler on the team.
We do have a flag. I wonder what that's going to be for. Probably something to do with the hit there. I'm not 100% sure.
Personal foul, targeting, defense,
wow.
number 26. Previous plays under further review.
So a targeting call against App State. That changes the whole complexion. That would have been 4th down.
Yeah, that was, you never want to say a targeting call is a gift, but that really helped Troy out. And they'll review this and take a look, but he led with the crown of his helmet, but it didn't look like a vicious style hit to me. I don't know, Will,
no.
if you saw it there, I didn't see any malicious play there, you know. Obviously, I mean, you see the rules here. Dangerous hit that involves launching upward thrust or severe strike. It wasn't a severe strike. This might get overturned. I guess it comes down to he led with that helmet, though, so that's going to be the deal here.
Nicholas Ross, number 26, the backup strong safety, 5'11", 175, a freshman out of Kennesaw, Georgia.
Let's watch it real close here. I don't see it. I don't think that's targeting. And if it is by rule targeting, it was not his intent.
Didn't look like that. It was any kind of intent.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's helmet to helmet.
That may have been unavoidable,
yeah.
Even because Barker was.
There is no foul for targeting. Go for the play as a sack for 4th down.
Yeah, I think that's the right call
yes.
there. Because Barker was coming down. He was already in the process of being sacked. And essentially his helmet got in the way of just a nice form tackle. Yeah, that's the right call there by the officials. Going to bring up 4th down for Troy. And that's not the way that Troy wanted that drive to go, but still it's very much in good shape in the first quarter here against a great ranked football team at home.
Tyler Sumter, 38 punts this year, averaging just under 42 yards a punt, 41.8. Back deep is Thomas Hennigan. He is asking for the fair catch, and he receives it. Hennigan has had himself not only a terrific year receiving, but also on returns, 718 all-purpose yards starting tonight. So here comes Zach Thomas. And talk about a clutch offense. 2nd in 4th down percentage. You saw them top 30 3rd down percentage. Red zone touchdown percentage 5th. Red zone scoring, you can see why this bunch has lost only 1 game this year.
Yeah, they get the job done, and they've done it against some really good teams this year too.
Darrington Evans hit behind the line. That's Will Cholo, a sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia, a tackle for a loss. He's got 7.5 of those this year.
Troy does a pretty good job on the rush defense. It's the secondary where they do tend to have some issues playing these teams that pass the ball just a ton. App State a little more balanced, and they're going to make them throw the ball. Empty backfield here.
Thomas, keep an eye. He's got the legs, but this time he'll dump it out to Hennigan and drop just across the 30-yard line. Nice play there by T.J. Harris, the sophomore spear linebacker. He now has 53 tackles on the year, which is 3rd best on the squad.
Hennigan wide open on that play. Let's see what happened there. He just wasn't covered across the middle. He ran that crossing route real shallow, and he was wide open on that play.
3rd down, 8 yards to go. Thomas, near side, caught. That's going to be a 1st down. That's Williams, Malik Williams, out of Chester, South Carolina. He's the leading receiver on the squad with 46 catches on the year.
That's a big-time play, and for Troy's defense, they needed a stop on that long 3rd down. They're going to get tired really fast if they let drives continue like that tonight.
So 1st down and 10. Thomas rolling right. That's Hennigan on that far side. Dropped by McDowell. Solid 1st down pickup by the Mountaineers.
What a play fake there, too, by Zach Thomas. He did a nice job of faking that handoff, because I think everybody in the stadium kind of bid on that. And then he just casually turns around and makes that completion. He's a great quarterback.
There's Evans. in the backfield. Now he's got room, and Evans finds the end zone. Wow, he got into that secondary in a hurry, and Evans has just scored his 15th touchdown of the season.
He got in traffic and put it in overdrive, and that was just a smooth touchdown run. Watch him right here as he gets in between these defenders, and that's next level speed right there. Pushes it in the end zone. That's a nice touchdown run. A guy we talked about in pregame, he was going to carry the water for the backfield tonight, and that's what he was looking for. Good north-south run. They've been trying some east-west stuff early, but they ran it right down Troy's throat that time, and there was nothing that the defense could do about it.
Extra point by Staten. This time is true. And the Mountaineers have scored 13 straight back-to-back drives, ending in touchdown. 6:25 left in the first quarter. Chip Lindsey and the Troy Trojans find themselves down 13-3. Lindsey in his first season as the head coach of Troy. And this one is a whistle. Gibson was returning it.
Did he call fair catch?
Evidently, I thought at first, but the referee is back at the 2-yard line.
Something interesting happened there.
A member of the receiving team signaled for a fair catch.
Okay.
However, he was not the one who completed the fair catch. By rule, the ball is placed where it is caught. First down at the 2-yard line.
That's not what the Trojans needed.
So, for Troy, there's your fair catch rule. But you got to be the one to catch the ball, though.
Right. You got a fair catch. And wow.
I don't think I've seen that before. That's kind of a weird situation here.
You see Staten's kick.
I still didn't see who was signaling for a fair catch.
I think it was Todd who was out of the screen.
Timeout, Troy.
And now Troy's asking for time. And I think Chip Lindsey's looking for a better explanation.
He is not happy about that. So by rule, they would get the ball at the 2-yard line. You know, I was just going to say, hey, this has been a really disastrous few minutes for Troy. They've given up 13 points very, very quickly here. And they have to start out on their own 2-yard line against a really good defense, too. That's not where they want to be because they've dialed up the pressure on Barker here the last couple of plays.
No doubt about that. There you see referee Marshall Lewis and his crew.
Take one more look at this.
Yep.
Troy requested a timeout.
So you see Todd, you saw Reggie Todd asking for the fair catch.
The fair catch was called. The player who made the catch of the ball was not the one who signaled. By rule, the ball is placed at the spot of the catch. First down. That would be the first judge timeout for Troy.
Wow.
So there's Marshall Lewis once again, our referee, explaining everything.
Yeah, Chip talked about, we caught up with them on a conference call earlier this week. Chip Lindsey said, hey, look, we got to have good starts to these ball games. That's when we've been successful this year. The wheels are falling off right now. Yeah. This is not a good setup for Troy.
Of course, coming off a very disappointing loss last week against Louisiana, where Chip Lindsey said, I didn't see that coming. Barker got it batted around, and it was almost a pick six. Barker's pass was knocked up into the air. That was Desmond Franklin that almost came down with it, the senior. That would have been a perfect time for him to get his first interception of the year.
Yeah, Desmond trying to rival some of those Saints highlights from last night when they took on the Falcons.
Barker trying to get into rhythm like he was in that first drive, and right on cue.
Wow.
Although it's picked off. That's Franklin. He almost got the interception on the previous play. That pass was actually caught by Troy. And when Geiger was going to the ground, the ball bounced up in the air, and there was Franklin.
Really got on the field was an interception. First down, Appalachian State.
Franklin just all over the field here. Watch that. That's just good defense there that knocked the ball out as Geiger was going down. I don't think Geiger did anything loose with the football. It was just a nice defensive play there. Ted Roof dialing up the pressure on Barker, and it is affecting him big time. But there was a great pass.
Yes.
And a nice play by all involved. It just great defensive play there, too, for App State. Wow.
A whistle.
How about Franklin, though?
Really got
Yes.
the field was an interception.
He was down on the line the previous play.
They got to take a look at this. It looked like an interception to me.
Sean Jolly made the initial hit on Geiger, the corner for App State, the sophomore from Stone Mountain, Georgia. He's 5th in the nation with 5 picks, but he made a nice play, and this one's going to be under review.
Eli Drinkwitz has got to love.
On the field is confirmed. First down, Appalachian State.
Yeah, there was nothing crazy there. That was just really a wild sequence of events. But Coach Drinkwitz got to love what his team is doing here early in this ball game. Here's another look, the interception. Just a great pass, a great reception, and a great tackle. And the ball pops out. And Franklin was there. He's been all over the place tonight.
Yeah, nice job by Jolly once again. We talked about his 5 picks. He's also got 5 breakups. And here's Evans fighting inside down to near the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. Trojans have to be careful here. Down already 13-3.
Injured player for App State. It's going to be Cole Garrison off the line.
Junior left tackle, 6'4", 285.
And looking at that left knee.
Let's see if we can see where he was injured.
Yeah, he had the whole play come down on that left knee. Looks like he's going to be all right, but that certainly didn't feel good. The Troy defense, I think here in the first quarter of the ball game, this is a pivotal series right here. It's a long game, but if they give up a touchdown here, go down 20-3 after the game that they played last week. They've been dealing with a lot of injuries, counting on a lot of young guys right now. I think a stop here, holding them to at least a field goal, would do a couple of things. It would obviously give you a little bit of momentum and keep you in the ball game.
Thomas using his legs to find the end zone. Zach Thomas, his 7th touchdown rushing on the year. And just like that, App State has scored again.
He's so talented on these play fakes. That RPO offense, run pass option, and he was just kept the ball that time and ran it in the end zone. This is a dangerous squad right here. I would put this App State team up against a lot of teams in the country right now. They are playing great football.
Staten is in again for another extra point attempt. On the snap from Christian Johnstone and the hold of Clayton Howell. And the Mountaineers now lead it 20-3. And the Trojan fans are stunned. Of course, App State, they're so good and you can't give them a short field, and that's what happened there, and they took advantage of the miscue.
Yeah, you know, Troy's going to have to play a really sound football game tonight. This is just a phenomenal football team. 51 wins there since 2015.
First is Clemson, the defending national champ. 6th most wins in FBS since 2015. Just marching on are the Mountaineers. They're also the first Sun Belt team to start 10-1 since the league was established as an FBS member in 2001.
You know, a couple of years ago, when Neil Brown was the head coach of the Trojans, they jumped into the top 25. They were having a really great year, and they lost the next week. I think they were ranked for about 3 or 4 days. They played a Thursday night midweek game against South Alabama and got blown out here at home. They didn't handle the moment well, so to speak. App State has said, bring it and bring some more. We would like some gravy with the moment, please.
Exactly. That is Jabir Daughtry-Fry. He asked for the fair catch, and he did receive it. So the Trojans will have it first down at the 25.
I think we learned something new tonight. I have not seen that before, where a different player calls fair catch and sets that up. But, yeah, we want to make sure that doesn't happen again.
And let's see what Caleb Barker can do. Excellent senior QB. He's got to make a lot of pre-snap and post-snap decisions. He's got a great arm. He likes to throw into tight windows. He can run, too, of course. That's before the turf toe.
Watch Ted Roof. I bet he's going to bring the blitz here on this play.
Here they come, and the quick pass is caught up near the 30. A flag on that far side. That catch by Trey Eford. That was Franklin again on the play for App State.
Offside, defense, number 2, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So the Trojans will take the free 5 and keep it at first down.
This App State team has jumped off a bunch tonight offsides. They're very aggressive on that front 7 there on defense. They've managed to get back in time a bunch of times, but that time it did cost them. But if you're Ted Roof, defensive coordinator, you got a great lead, bring the blitz early here.
And Barker in trouble again, chased and dropped. That's Nick Hampton. We've mentioned his name all night long. He now has 4.5 sacks on the year.
Yeah, I think they're just going to continue to dial it up here. They're going to make Barker uncomfortable, and they're succeeding so far. You got a 17-point lead. Why not? Let's see what they do here on defense.
Barker with 30 touchdowns so far, the most by a Troy quarterback through 11 games, second most in Sun Belt Conference history. A complete on the near side. That was Khalil McLean with the catch, his 42nd of the year. And that's going to be enough for a first down. And oh, do the Trojans need that. McLean third on the team in receiving yards. Barker in trouble again. And this time the sack by Akeem Davis Gaither. He now has 4.5 sacks on the year, and he now has 13.5 tackles for losses.
That guy's a playmaker too. He's been a great asset for this defense this year, and they are getting aggressive, bringing the pressure on Barker. When they don't bring the pressure, that's when Barker completed a first down pass just a moment ago. So I'd expect to see a lot more of it coming here.
Chip Lindsey says Davis Gaither
will
play a long time in the NFL. Here's a big play for the Trojans. That was Billingsley. What a weapon he's become.
They've been setting this up here by waiting on App State to bring the pressure. Nice screen pass. They got 5 guys through, and that's exactly what Troy wanted to happen on that play.
When you're facing all that pressure, that screen pass, that's your best friend.
That was an excellent play call by Chip Lindsey there in that situation.
Now first down and 10 at the 36. Let's see if Barker can add to that touchdown total in through the air. He had 6 touchdown passes against Texas State in one game. That was 2 weeks ago. Barker with plenty of time. Now will run and scoot out of bounds. Picked up a few yards before Akeem Davis Gaither knocks him out of bounds.
It was almost uncomfortable how much time he had
yes.
to throw the ball. I was doing a double check. I said, did he still have the football? And he did. And it was, you can tell, though, he didn't want to run full speed here as he was coming out of the pocket.
No, you can see that turf toe really bother him. He hasn't practiced in 3 weeks. And he is just gutting it out here tonight on senior night.
He's a tough guy. He's playing smart football tonight, too.
He is in trouble. somehow gets out of the grasp of the Mountaineers, and Barker all the way down to the 10-yard line. Oh, a circus play by Caleb Barker. He would not go down.
Yeah, Josh Thomas came up with that tackle there, but Barker, we're just standing here complimenting him about how tough he is, and he gives us that play right there.
And the Trojans, is Billingsley in? No, they say he's just shy of the end zone. The fans thought Billingsley was in. That would have been his 10th touchdown rushing this year.
We'll try and get another look at this. They're going to go fast, so it looks like. Going to line it up and snap the ball. Is that going to go to the booth?
I think it will. I think it needs to.
That the runner was short of the goal line. Previous play is under further review.
Yeah, they're going to look at this again. Our director, Mike Furco, and his crew giving us some extra looks.
I think he got in.
I thought so too.
Looked like his knees were off the ground as his upper torso, I guess, made its way into the end zone.
There's the knee down, but I would just need to see how far out that ball was. This might be the angle. Now you see the knee.
I think he scored there.
I think I'm with you on that one. And that would be his 10th touchdown. Chip Lindsey is sure hoping it.
He's staying in those officials' ears tonight.
You know, we talked about that conversation that we had with Coach Lindsey. You know, he's liked what he's seen out of his offense 10 out of 11 games this year.
This is going to be the winner right here.
Knee
is down.
On the field stands. Second down.
Second down.
So for the folks keeping score at home, that's an offer for Kohlmeyer and Stanfield up top here.
I'm not convinced though that he didn't score.
Okay.
Maybe they just didn't have enough to overturn it.
All right, then maybe that's what it is. So, with a $1:58 left here in this entertaining first quarter, all kinds of scoring.
Yeah, there's been a lot of points on the board. Troy's got to have a touchdown here, though.
Yeah.
This team early in the year, I felt like they literally could score at will.
Oh, yes, when you had some healthy players, including a healthy quarterback. Bad snap, Barker. I don't think he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He fights for some extra yards down near the goal line. The ball squirted loose.
They're going to say he was down.
Gene Charles picked it up. That was Davis Gaither again on the tackle. It's going to be 3rd and goal. They're going to mark it at the 1.
It was a bad snap there, too. That ball just kind of rolled across the turf. I don't think Barker had any option to do but what he did there.
This time the give to Billingsley into the end zone. Billingsley scores for the 10th time this year. And the Trojans, after App State has scored the last 20, are on the board for their first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, there was no doubt about it that time. Billingsley had to hold, punched it right through. And credit to Barker. He's playing a great game and has been injured so far, but doing a great job tonight leading this offense. Point up is good. That's a big drive there.
That's exactly what Troy needed. Tyler Sumter now 46 out of 46 in extra points this year. $1:13 left in the first quarter, and Troy is back to within 2 scores.
Sumter family somewhere is knocking on wood right now.
Yes, yes. After the Kohlmeyer curse or announcer whammy, just pick your hashtag.
I like Kohlmeyer curse.
Yeah.
I think that could work.
Yeah, you can use curse with a K as well with that to have some extra.
That's Kollmeyer.
There you go. So Jack Martin will kick things off. Remember the last time he kicked off, he onside one. Back deep is Evans, number 3, and Hennigan is 5. Darrington Evans, 9th nationally in all-purpose yards, averaging 147.5 yards per game when it comes to all-purpose yards. He's averaging just over 27 yards a return, and Troy wants no part of Evans back deep, and so he had to come up and make the catch. Looks like he fair caught it at the 25, and that's where App State will have it.
Yeah, Troy is respecting this return game of App State right now because they've had some really, really good kick returns.
Number 51 of the receiving team signaled for a fair catch, which was subsequently caught by another receiver. First down at that location.
Yeah, sometimes you get in these football games, you develop weird themes, and fair catch has kind of been the theme for us so far tonight.
Yes. So there's Thomas in the shotgun. Hasn't missed a beat with his brand new coaching staff. Elijah Drinkwitz, his first year in charge at App State. One of 5 FBS quarterbacks last year with 20-plus passing touchdowns and 10-plus rushing touchdowns. That's Marcus Williams Jr. getting the handoff from Thomas, tackled by John Hines.
From Rocky Mountain, North Carolina. That's a good-looking run there, too. That's what you want to see from your running backs. Guy just gutting it out through the traffic there. Great start to this drive for App
Williams
State.
lost his helmet. So now Thomas faked it to Evans. There's a flag on the far side.
Full start, offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
That'll push the Mountaineers back 5.
You talk about Coach Drinkwitz taking over in his first year as a head coach. Chip Lindsey also in his first year as a head coach at the collegiate level. Both of these guys worked with Gus Malzahn just up the road at Auburn and have had close relationships with him in the working level the past few years.
Yeah, there's a lot of Auburn connections on both these staffs. This time, Thomas gets it out to Virgil. Nice play there by Troy. I think that was Kyle Nixon, the junior from Fort Valley, Georgia, making that play. Yeah, that was Nixon coming up.
Troy, like we said earlier, reading the east-west stuff really well. App State, that I have noticed so far, has had great success going on the north-south routes as opposed to moving the ball from back and forth to the sidelines.
And we've got 15 minutes in the books. Wow, 5 different scores in the first quarter, and App State will have the ball when we come back, leading 20-10 in the regular season finale for both these squads. Back here in Troy, it's senior night here at the Vet. Boy, this senior class has won 36 games over the last 4 seasons at Troy, the 14th most in the country and 4th most among teams in the group of 5. This senior class has gotten it done.
They have. They've won at places like Baton Rouge and Lincoln, Nebraska. They've had some big wins in their tenure here at Troy. We talked to Ryan Pugh, Troy's offensive coordinator, this week, and he said, you know, as a new staff coming in, we are unbelievably appreciative to what these seniors have done to help us out and help us get going here at Troy. Building a foundation for the future of the Chip Lindsey era. Senior class has done a phenomenal job. They'll be remembered a long time.
Yeah, they have laid the foundation. Here, 3rd and 15, Thomas looking deep for Hennigan, finds Hennigan inside the 30. Big time conversion on 3rd down. That was TJ Harris on the tackle, but not before Hennigan is all the way down to the 26.
Watch Hennigan here. He's in stride. He turns his head to the left, looking over that shoulder pad. That's not an easy thing to do.
Not at all.
Full speed like that. And to make the catch there as well.
And Hennigan makes the catch right there on the pass from Thomas. He's been a busy guy. Hennigan now with 6 catches already, and we just have started the second quarter.
Yeah, he's having a really big night so far. He's a good athlete, too.
Troy and App State first quarter stats were kind of mirrored each other. App State had 153 yards of total offense. Troy with 149. But App State trying to advance this 10-point lead. That was Marcus Williams Jr. with his second carry of the night. There you see passing yards for both. Thomas now with a $139.
Yeah, both teams doing a great job airing it out tonight. App State had that explosive play on the first drive that's accounted for a big bulk of that yardage. But they've been kind of methodically on these short route passes, getting it down the field.
Thomas on the option, and he'll pitch it. And the Trojans will tackle Hennigan.
Nice job on defense reading that, too. That's why you have pursuit drills in practice. They stayed with the ball. Now, it gave up about 3 yards on the play, but still, it could have been much worse.
Yeah, that was O'Shea Fletcher, the redshirt freshman, with his 34th tackle of the season.
Big play right here for Troy defense.
Yes, 3rd down and 4. App State looking to get it at least to the 4-yard line. Well, they'll look toward the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Zach Thomas finds Malik Williams, and App State is back up by 3 scores.
That's just a great play there for App State, and you really take the crowd out of this game. You really keep control on that one sideline over there when you're up by 17 points, moving the ball at will, it seems, on this Troy defense.
Chandler Staten in for the extra point attempt. Missed the first. He's made the last 2. He's made the last 3 now. And it's 27-10. This is an App State team that's averaging 33.5 points a game. That touchdown pass to Malik Williams, his 3rd TD reception of the year, and App State now leads it 27-10. Back here in Troy, Alabama, Will Colmeyer alongside Ben Stanfield, and so far it's all App State trying to extend the tied for second longest road winning streak in the country with Alabama with 7. Clemson, the defending national champs, have won the last 11 on the road, and that was fair caught by Troy. That was Daughtry Fry making the fair catch, so it will be 1st down and 10 for Troy. That's a mark of a good team, not only taking care of business at home, but going on the road. And as you mentioned earlier, Ben, they've beaten some really good teams, some Power 5 schools on the road this year.
They've won at North Carolina, an improving team. They've won at South Carolina, a team who knocked off a current playoff contender on the road this year. So
absolutely.
Let me tell you, South Carolina's not an easy place to play a football game. It is loud in there. And this App State team is unfazed by anything but apparently wind driving snow.
And that was the only hiccup this year. They lost at home, midweek game against Georgia Southern. It was very cold, had some snow that night there in Boone. But wow.
And Troy handled Georgia Southern
the next
weeks
week
later. Yeah. And so you kind of look at that and you go, okay, this could be a pretty good matchup coming into this game tonight. Still a lot of time left here. Troy can score super fast. Down 17, that's not panic time for Troy.
Wow.
Now that would have been panic time right there.
Sean Jolly had visions of a pick 6 there.
27-10 is much more comfortable than 34-10.
Yes. Barker was looking for McLean, and now it's 3rd down and 7. Troy 2 for 4, and look at App State. They have converted on every 3rd down so far tonight, 4 for 4.
I just wonder how comfortable Barker is right now. He's taking some shots.
He's in trouble again.
One. Yeah. He's been sacked a lot tonight, too.
DeMarco Jackson, the sophomore from Spartanburg, South Carolina, with his 3rd sack of the year. He's 5th on the team in tackles coming into this one, and Barker and that Troy offense has to head to the sidelines.
That's the 4th sack of the first half that he's taken.
And he's been under pressure a lot more than that. And he is smarting, folks. He's tough. Sumter on the punt. The fair catch by Hennigan. And App State will have excellent field position. When we come back, the Mountaineers already leading 27-10. We'll start this next drive when we come back at the 44-yard line. Weldon, he's got a knee brace. He went down early in this game. The injury is continuing to mount for the Trojans.
52nd start tonight for Weldon. That's unbelievable.
That's hard to do.
That's a lot of games.
First down.
Great career.
And a give up the middle. And that's near midfield. That was Carlton Marshall. Last year, a freshman All-American. Boy, he has had himself a terrific season. 115 tackles now on the year. 16 and a half of those are behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he comes out of that talent-heavy Mobile Bay area. A lot of great football players come out of the Mobile area in this state.
Thomas this time finds Watson out of Wheaton, Illinois, his 8th catch of the season. It's going to be a first down for App State at the Troy 40.
We talked about for Troy, there's a lot of time left in this game, but they really can't afford to give up touchdowns.
Thomas, the deep ball into the end zone, intended for Watson, incomplete. Good coverage there by O'Shea Fletcher.
Yeah, he did a nice job just staying with the receiver. Let's take another look at it here. All day to throw. Great pass protection. A little bit of bump, knocked him out of rhythm. Incomplete pass.
There you see Evans back into the backfield to the right of Thomas. The catch by Hennigan, maneuvering his way down to the 34-yard line. That was Carlton Marshall again with the tackle.
This is a tough offense to defend because Hennigan is a guy that can be everywhere. You thought that that Darrington was going to go into pass protection mode there. He just slipped around and went out on a pass route. They've got a mobile quarterback too. I see where they cause a lot of folks a lot of problems.
And I tell you what, there you see Hennigan right there. Zach Thomas is a better athlete than a lot of people give him credit for.
Troy hasn't stopped him on third down all night.
Again, it's Hennigan, and again, a third down conversion by the Mountaineers.
And that streak continues.
Yes.
5 for 5.
Fletcher made the stop there. Boy, you talk about a well-oiled machine. That's this App State offense.
These little short passes, they really gained to big yardage.
Hennigan, another catch down to the 10-yard line. And another first down. Fletcher again on the tackle, but Hennigan is just too much.
Hennigan trying to act like he never went down. And, yeah, he did.
Yeah. There's Evans into the end zone again. Darrington Evans, 14th in the nation, coming in and scoring. He's got a couple touchdowns already tonight.
They were running stride for stride there into the end zone. They do a nice job on faking handoffs and really disorienting a lot of teams there. Look at the quarterback coming in there for a block, too. Good job.
Wow. Evans last week had 21 carries for 154 yards and 3 touchdowns in that 35-13 win against Texas State. He's having himself another terrific night this week at Troy. Staten in for another extra point attempt. And it's now 34-10. App State making it look easy tonight.
Troy's a team, like I said, they can score and score fast. They're not completely washed out of this game just yet, but you can see that not a lot of smiles in the stands right now.
No, not at all.
The weather's nice, though. It's not cold out here.
No, it's beautiful night for football. And there's Hennigan. Had another nice drive. You can see why he's second on the team in receptions, second in yards receiving, and then Evans takes it in.
Let me tell you, I love that the quarterback, Zach Thomas, now Coach Drinkwitz probably doesn't love it, but I love it up here in the booth, that he runs in there and takes one for the team, lays that body out. That's almost a Brett Favre style.
It is.
Let me get my guy into the end zone here. 34-10. Like I said, it's not a backbreaker just yet because it is early. A lot of time in this game, but certainly not comfortable on the home sideline right now.
No, it's not. And wasn't it interesting? You saw the total number of plays by both teams' offenses almost identical. Time of possession nearly identical. But the number that counts, see, look at that. Actually, Troy's had it 5 more seconds than App State.
I thought coming into this game for Troy to have a chance to win, they would need to run 90 to 95 offensive plays, maybe more. So they're not on pace right now. They're going to need if they can eclipse that 90-play mark, we might have a close game toward the finish here, but they're not doing it so far. This is a pivotal drive right here, though, and not a good start.
Missed snap, and Barker has to jump on the ball back inside the 10. We talked about it earlier that Barker has a new center tonight. Usually it's Dylan Bradshaw. Tonight it's Jake Andrews.
And that's a big deal.
Sure
because
is.
This is 2 snaps now that have kind of come unglued for Troy. And that transition from center to quarterback, I mean, it's the most important part of the game.
Barker caught by Reggie Todd. And Todd takes it across the 30 up to the 33-yard line, and that certainly helps.
That's what impresses me about this offense. They're going to get set and try to go fast here, but they bounce back from really disaster-type scenarios with big plays and make it look easy.
Barker downfield, caught on that far side. That was Khalil McLean, and the junior from Fairburn, Georgia, makes a big-time catch.
That's how quick Barker can make you pay. He's a great quarterback. Just got to keep him comfortable.
Had 504 yards earlier this year through the air against Southern Miss. Billingsley on the receiving end inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line.
They've got nice rhythm. They're not going to substitute. They like the matchups they've got so far. We may have a timeout here.
Rhythm is the name of the game. Chip Lindsey felt that Caleb was out of rhythm a week ago against Louisiana. He started tonight in rhythm. Nice opening drive led to a field goal. And it looks like Lindsey is seeing his quarterback and that offense starting to get back into that rhythm. You see Chip Lindsey-led offenses have been shut out only once in 75 games, and that was his first game as an offensive coordinator at Southern Miss. So during his times as an OC at Southern Miss, Arizona State, and Auburn, and now the head coach here at Troy. Barker's pass is incomplete. He was looking for Whittemore.
I think Chip Lindsey was not satisfied with what happened there. I don't think Troy wanted to substitute on this last play, but because it was blown dead, App State got the chance to change a little bit of personnel, and it changed the setup for Troy on offense.
And Billingsley on 3rd and short got hit at the line.
Since the personnel changed, Troy's back-to-back plays, they haven't done anything when they were having great success moving the ball down the field. I'm not sure what that whistle was a moment ago. Did they measure or what was going on there? But there was not a timeout called, but it gave App State the chance to change personnel. But Troy had a mismatch going there, and I think Chip Lindsey was not pleased about that. For whatever reason, the ball was blown dead and gave them the chance to reset on defense.
Let's see what offensive coordinator Ryan Pugh will call up here on 4th down and 2 yards to go. Already down by 24. You can see why Troy going for it on 4th down. Barker with a hard count, and I think he was able to get App State to jump off sides.
Full start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty.
I beg your pardon. That was against Kirk Kelly of Troy, the false start.
This defensive front for App State, they're almost like a tiger in a cage. They really kind of jump at you, rattle things up, and it will cause they'll draw some offsides penalties on themselves, but every now and then you get that offensive line to start moving a little early too, and that's what happened there. They're moving around, they're jumping, they're very vicious up front on defense.
Billingsley in motion. Barker caught inside the 20. First down, Troy. That was Brett Clark on the receiving end, the sophomore out of New Hope, Alabama, his 27th catch of the year.
What a play there. That didn't develop the way they wanted it to, but the end result was what they needed.
Barker toward the end zone, knocked. It was intended for Clark. I think that was Franklin again, Desmond Franklin with the pass breakup.
Barker trying to thread some defenders there. That was a dangerous pass. He didn't make a lot of those. Look, he's had great yardage tonight, though. 201 yards passing for Barker. Turnover was a big deal for them, though, earlier in the game. I think if you hadn't had that interception, App State was able to score on a really short field. It's a much more competitive ball game if that scenario didn't occur earlier.
You saw Tristan Crowder, the injured right guard, leaving the lineup for Troy. And a flag on that far side.
Full start. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's 2, in the last 3 plays, 4 plays?
That's not what Chip Lindsey and that offense wants to see. He was talking about they have to execute at a higher level. They were not good on 3rd downs, had 2 key turnovers last week against Louisiana.
And changing out some personnel tonight on the line, too. That's tricky to get everybody to jive together.
2nd down and 15. Barker looking for the screen pass, but App State had it defended nicely, and that intended for Billingsley falls incomplete.
I thought Troy could have been called for a holdout on the edge.
Number 20 was in the area.
Third down and 15. This is an Troy offense that's converting 48% on 3rd down this year. And the pass, little shuttle pass for Billingsley, incomplete. And now it's going to be 4th and 15.
I see why Chip called that play. It actually could have developed into a nice gain, but certainly a dangerous play call, too. Hit him right in the face mask. That's execution was not there.
No, and that was a key word when we were talking to the Troy coaches this week. They needed better execution. Tyler Sumter can execute on field goals, can he? He's now 14 out of 18 on field goals this year, and Troy's back on the board. Kickoff straight ahead. App State still leading it 34-13. Back here at Troy, Alabama, App State leading 34-13. Time to check some scores around the Sun Belt Conference. Look what South Alabama is doing to Arkansas State.
Wow.
Midway through the 3rd quarter. Of course, the rest of the action tomorrow, that's a big game for Louisiana. Of course, they're cheering for Troy tonight, trying to see if they can knock off App State, because an App State loss tonight and a Louisiana win tomorrow will kind of mess things up a little bit for trying to figure out who's going to have that home field advantage next week for the Sun Belt Championship.
Yeah, they want this game in Cajun country, because if you have to go to Boone and play next Saturday, odds are, I haven't checked the forecast, but
It's going to be nippy.
Yeah, it's going to be a little chilly up there.
Maybe throw in a little moisture, some frozen stuff.
You'd much rather be in Louisiana.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Louisiana, those Raging Cajuns looked good last week against this Troy Trojan squad. And this is a Troy team that was really cooking with some oil.
Yeah, they're averaging over 35 points a game on the season, held to 3 last week. It was just a big disappointment for and Chip Lindsey, very straight up about it. Said, yeah, hey, we weren't proud of what happened there.
No, and he said they didn't see that coming. Evans on that first down carry of 5 yards, 2nd down and 5 for App State. Again, it's Evans, left side. Nice play there by Dale Pettis. I'll tell you what, Chip Lindsey, we asked him, any surprises this year? He said, Pettis has come on strong. A freshman. I mean, at the beginning of the year, they weren't real sure about him, and now they can't live without him.
Yeah, he said, we're sure about him now.
Yes.
he's been a great asset to this team and has really grown up through the season.
A true freshman. 2nd on the team in tackles now with 55 on the season.
I think Troy's going to be a great team next year.
Evans on 3rd and short. I don't think he got it. I think he's going to be a little shy. That was Carlton Marshall. That's another guy that's coming back.
Going to come down to a measurement here.
Oh, he got a nice spot.
Oh, no, they gave it to him.
Sure did. That was a really good spot. Looked like he was shy.
I'll call it a backbreaker if App State punches in a touchdown here. You go up 41-13 in the first half.
That'd be tough.
Tough sledding through the rest of the game.
Thomas near side to Virgil. Virgil into Troy territory, knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
And that's exactly what you can't have happen there. He made that reception. Troy defense coming up fast, about to make a great play here, and watch that right there. Missed tackle. You got to wrap him up.
Evans down to the 40, pickup of 3. That play made by Hines, the junior out of Montgomery, Alabama.
That was a late flag there on this play, too.
Near side.
Maybe a personal foul here.
There are fouls by both teams after the play. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 29. Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 5. Those penalties cancel the down count, 2nd down.
So
Both
Hennigan
players have 1 unsportsmanlike conduct foul for the game.
Hennigan with the unsportsmanlike for App State. And then defensively for Troy, that was number 29, Orlando Lacey, the backup corner, the sophomore out of Opp, Alabama.
I covered some high school games that Lacey played in. He's an athlete. He's a great player.
Marcus Williams Jr. down to the 35-yard line. Another tackle by Dale Pettis. All right, 3rd down and 2. App State trying to go 7 for 7.
Let me tell you, Troy's got a lot of time to score here in this half if the defense can get off the field. App State 6 for 6 on 3rd downs, though. Odds are not in Troy's favor right now.
And Thomas slides inside the 30.
Look at
That's
that.
another 1st down.
I love his quarterback. He's tough. He can move the ball around and make big plays like that. And he is a lot of fun to watch. This whole team's a lot of fun to watch, this App State squad.
Coaches say he's such a great leader, manages the game, and he's a tough kid just like Barker from Troy. Toward the end zone, intended for Watson, incomplete.
They're down 34-13. I still would not say this is a panic mode situation. But to put their season on the line, Troy trying to go to a bowl game, trying to get that 6th win. This defense is going to have to keep App State out of the end zone here.
Spinning is Marcus Williams Jr., still on his feet, inside the 20, down to the 17. Another first down for the Mountaineers. Pettis with another tackle, but App State is rolling.
Watch him with that spin move there and running through traffic, earning those yards.
That was Showers, I beg your pardon, on that last tackle. Marshall tackles Williams there. Pickup of maybe 4.
They're going to try and burn this clock down as much as they can and put some points on the board. And they're in great shape to do both right now, sitting there on the 15-yard line, or the 14-yard line. Troy just 3 rushing yards on the night. Not going to win a lot of games doing that.
No. Not against this bunch. That's Williams again, down to the 7-yard line. Another first down for App State. Oh. Williams coming off. That means Evans is back in.
Look at all that protection in the backfield. My goodness.
And Evans, yeah.
Was that like a Notre Dame box there?
Yeah.
Or what happened?
Turning the clock back here on senior night on a Black Friday here in Troy, Alabama.
Is a school not far from Troy, Enterprise High School in Alabama, that runs that type of offense a lot, all night long. It is very confusing.
Yes.
You get a lot of student body left and right, that type setup.
Let's see what Thomas will do here. He'll roll to his right, and he's got a man open in the end zone, and it's a touchdown. That's Virgil again. And App State, what a scoring machine, and the Mountaineers are rolling again tonight.
Yeah, this game could get very ugly in the second half. That's what I would call, and I said this earlier in the broadcast, that's a backbreaker touchdown there.
Pass interference, offense, number 5. 15-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Now, we didn't see the flag come out there. That is interesting, though. So those points aren't going on the board.
Subtract that 6 now.
Yeah, I didn't see the flag come out.
No.
First charge timeout, Appalachian State. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Drinkwitz looks like he's out to chat with one of his linemen there.
31 ticks left.
Let's get another look at this. Oh, okay. He set the pick there on the defender.
There you go.
And that was,
yeah,
you can see it plain as day there. That's Hennigan setting the pick. Not basketball season.
No. They got
at least not tonight. Yeah.
That's right. They got basketball tomorrow afternoon. Nearby in the Trojan Arena. We'll talk a little hoops probably. We'll be joining during our halftime festivities with first-year athletic director here at Troy, Brent Jones. A lot of firsts.
They got a lot of first-year guys.
Yes.
First-year basketball coach, Scott Cross. Chip Lindsey in his first-year head football coach.
There's some trickeration. You've got Thomas to Williams, and then Williams with a perfect strike into the end zone. And that was Evans, Mike Evans, the tight end. There is another yellow piece of cloth on the field. Will this one come back?
this half is never going to end.
It doesn't appear to.
Offense.
Yes.
Wow.
Again, subtraction.
5-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Everything that Troy needs to happen for them right now is literally happening. Because, again, you go down 41-13 in the first half, you're essentially toast in the second half. That's a tough number to overcome. 34-13, and I'm just talking on momentum here, but that's 3 touchdowns is doable.
Yes.
4 is very tough.
toward the end zone, picked off. Thomas was picked off. And a key interception by Kyle Nixon. He picked a great time for his first INT of the year. And Troy dodges the bullet.
What are they going to do here? They got 14 seconds. What's Chip Lindsey got dialed up for this? I think he's got to get aggressive here. You can't go into the half without trying to take some sort of shot here to the end zone. And they're quick enough where they could probably run 2 plays before they go to the half.
Yes, they've got some timeouts as well. And of course, Barker, a terrific arm at quarterback.
He's definitely a guy that can do this. If anybody could score this fast, it is Troy. Scoring has not been their problem this year.
No. Almost 36 points a game, and that counts last week's
where they only had 3.
That's right.
Yeah. And that was week, 11? Yeah, so.
That's Billingsley.
That's not what I saw happening there. I kind of thought they would maybe run the clock down, call a timeout, and then take a shot. They're not going to do it there. They're going to go to the half.
I think they're going to be happy just seeing those 2 touchdowns taken off the board.
21, a manageable number in the second half. 28, I kind of thought we were at that breaking point there. So that's a good end of the half.
34-13. App State leads Troy at the halftime break. When we come back, we'll talk with Troy AD Brent Jones. Right now, his Trojans trail here at half against the Mountaineers from App. We are ready to start things off here in the second half. Jack Martin will be kicking off for Troy. The Trojans find themselves down 34-13. Will Colmeyer, Ben Stanfield back here at the Vet. What do you think the message was at halftime for Coach Lindsey to try to get this team back in this one?
Execute. That's got to be a big deal. They got to tighten up on defense, too. They've been giving up a lot of short yard passes that have equated into big yardage drives, if that makes sense. A lot of out routes in the flat there for App State. They're gaining 3-4 yards on these smaller yardage plays, and it's really costing Troy tonight.
Martin. Hennigan is fair catching it.
And for App State, the message is don't take your foot off the gas. Hey, let's score 34 in the first half. Let's get 34 in the second half. Let's go play a championship game in North Carolina next week.
Boy, that's for sure. First Sun Belt team to start 10-1, trying to go 11-1. No one's ever been 10-1 since the league was established as an FBS member. That was back 18 years ago.
I can't tell you right off the top of my head how long App State's been in the league now, but what a tremendous addition they were when the Sun Belt was able to grab them and teams like Georgia Southern. This league has really progressed, and nobody wants to schedule Sun Belt teams anymore.
No doubt about that. We've seen it knocking off Power 5 schools.
And they knocked off North Carolina and South Carolina this year. Kudos to both of those teams, both of those Power 5 programs for scheduling App State. No one in the state of Alabama will touch Troy.
No.
Except for South Alabama. They have to.
League obligations. Thomas now 15 of 20 through the air. That was Jalen Virgil's third catch. He's almost at 70 yards right now, has a touchdown reception tonight. This pass completed to Evans. Nice job there by Carlton Marshall. You can see why he's zeroing in on 120 tackles this year.
He's a good football player all over the field. Watch him here. He wraps up, makes a nice tackle. That's what you got to have. Troy had some earlier in the game where they missed on a couple of tackles and some of this shoulder stuff. But I see why that happens, though. These guys are afraid of getting called for targeting, too. It's really in a tricky spot playing defense these days.
Thomas, far side, caught. Wow, what a catch by Virgil. Jalen Virgil putting on a show tonight.
He was wrapped up, too.
Yeah, that was Nixon on him.
Tremendous job there. Virgil's had a big night. He had that touchdown earlier in the game.
Had another one taken off.
That's right, yeah.
right before the half. He's got 4 catches now in the night. Hennigan leads all receivers with 9 catches for 116 yards in the first half. Thomas up top, finding Virgil again. Inside Troy territory, down to the 44-yard line. Another first down for App State.
Troy was a victim of their own defense right there. He's right in the middle of 4 defenders.
Oh, man.
5, and caught that ball. They're playing zone instead of man, and that's why he had so much buffer room there.
Thomas, that's Hennigan's 10th catch of the night. And he will not be denied before he gets a first down.
Yeah, he earned that first down there.
Yeah, nice yards after the catch. That tackle by Lacey.
How about Hennigan tonight, though? He's been a big playmaker for them.
Pass is complete. That's Malik Williams. Knocked out of bounds by Lacey, I believe. Evans again on the carry. Evans is the guy that we talked about, 14th in the nation in scoring, 16th in rushing yards. Came into tonight with 1,168. He's got about 1,250 now on the year. Averaging over 106 yards a game. They only got a yard there. Second down and 9. Thomas, far side.
Far side there. State sideline.
Is he just shy of the first down? KJ Robertson, the sophomore from Alabaster, Alabama. 5th on the team in tackles. Picked up a tackle there.
Number 88 of the offense was covered by another receiver, making him ineligible, and subsequently went downfield to catch a pass. Ineligible receiver downfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
That's Henry Pearson, the tight end from Hokokus, New Jersey.
Yeah, I was curious about that flag there because nothing happened on that side of the field that was real glaring, at least, and that's what it was, ineligible receiver downfield. Speaking of receivers, App State playing tonight without Corey Sutton. He's done for the year, tore his ACL. He's been one of their most productive, probably the most productive on the team this season, and but they have done well tonight in his absence. But that was, anytime you got a guy that's a big playmaker like that goes down for the year, it takes a toll on the team and motivates him too at the same time.
Evans on the carry, yes, and you talk about Sutton leading the team in receiving yards, over 600 yards receiving this year, 3rd on the team in receptions with 41, leads the team 67 yards receiving a game, but that's a weapon that Thomas will not have for the rest of the year.
They're going to be okay tonight. That championship game next weekend, though, is going to be tough to see how they acclimate. The receivers stepping up tonight, though. Hennigan's done a great job. They've had a lot of guys come in and make big plays. So,
over 400 yards now of total offense for App State. Looking for more. Thomas, guess who? That's Hennigan. And did Hennigan get enough?
I think he got the first down, and they're going to get Troy on unsportsmanlike here too.
There were a lot of Trojans in on that tackle. Looks like where they're spotting him, it'll be enough for a first down, but let's see.
After the play, personal foul, defense, number 5. That's a distance to the goal line, automatic first down.
Will Cholo, the sophomore nose guard, busted on that one.
It was after the play, too. I'm trying to see what happened here. That it's going to be a late hit here. Yeah, that was it right there. Yeah, forward progress had already been stopped. Yeah, officials maybe could have blown that play dead to help them avoid that penalty, but that's a tough penalty, though.
Thomas, the pass complete, to Pearson. Down to the 4-yard line, maybe the 3. They'll mark it at the 3. 2nd and goal for Zach Thomas. Threw for a career best 4 touchdowns earlier this month against Georgia State.
Let me tell you, I like this guy a lot. He's a fantastic quarterback. He's willing to go out there and lay blocks down. Yeah, I mean, he's just a good football player.
He's got 2 touchdown passes tonight. He had 2 others taken away. Here's Evans, and the Trojans were waiting for Evans, and a tackle for a loss.
If you're Troy right now, you're looking for positives. You're still in the ball game. It's a great distance, 21 points, but they're still in it. But they have played really well in the red zone these last couple of App State drives, because App State's gotten really close. They probably should have come away with a touchdown there before the half, and did, but they had 2 called back. And so this Troy defense has really stepped up to the plate. They got the big interception. They're just kind of hanging around right now.
Yeah, and you saw the stat in the first half that App State, one of the nation's leaders in red zone touchdown percentage. We got an injury timeout. That looks like that's Victor Johnson, 6'5", 295, a senior, walking gingerly toward that App State sideline.
Chip Lindsey this week told us, he said, 10 of 11 games this year, I've been pleased with the offense. The one he was not pleased with was last week. I'm curious to know what he thinks about tonight's progress so far. I would say 50-50 right now.
Yeah, I think so. Thomas to the end zone. Touchdown, Malik Williams. And Williams on the receiving end of Thomas's 3rd touchdown pass of the night.
Let's watch a replay here on the backside of that end zone. He got his foot in for that touchdown, and that's a big one for App State. 25th team ranked in the college football playoff poll. You wonder where they would be, the if word, for that Georgia Southern game this year if they had won that game.
Yeah. They'd be the leading team from a group of 5. That touchdown pass to Malik Williams makes it 41-13. Against the team that's ranked number 22 in all of the 3 major polls, but number 25 in the most recent college football playoff rankings. And among the group of 5 teams currently ranked in the playoff top 25, App State is the only one with 2 wins over Power 5 teams, both on the road. That fair catch in the end zone for Troy. They'll start things off at the 25. They also have 2 wins over ESPN FPI top 40 teams, or 3 road wins over top 50 teams.
This is a good football team.
Yes.
I would put App State up against a lot of teams in the country right now. They're playing good ball. They're a tough squad. They're winning on the road consistently.
Yeah.
Their one loss was at home.
But it was a snowy night on Halloween.
Yeah, driving snowstorm that night.
Barker, upended. That was Taylor, Marcus, I beg your pardon, that's Demetrius Taylor. Boy, he's a good one, a junior defensive end from Miami, Florida. 2nd on the team in tackles for losses, leads the team in sacks, tied for 1st in quarterback hurries. And he's forced 3 fumbles, which leads the team this year. They've got a lot of weapons. We talk about that App State offense, but that defense is pretty stout. Nice pass to Geiger. He was tripped up by Franklin, but that's a 1st down for Troy.
Yeah, and the defense tonight too. You know, they've only given up 13 points in this game. They've played really well. App State's defense has, coached by Ted Roof. And we've been watching him for a long time. You know, he was the defensive coordinator on that Auburn National Championship team in 2010.
Right.
And that defense gave up a lot of yards. You know, but they were very much bend but don't break. And that's what we're seeing out of this App State defense tonight. Ted Roof's done a great job. They're very physical. They like to blitz. They've made Barker uncomfortable in some pretty key situations, which is why they don't have more points on the board than they do right now.
Barker passed to the near side, caught by Billingsley. He was dropped immediately.
Because this is a team that can score here. Troy can score and score fast, but they've been held out tonight. We've got an injured player.
That's Gene Charles, I think. Shamar Gene Charles.
He's had a good night, too, on defense for App State.
Out of Miramar, Florida, right there in that Destin.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him there. Maybe some sort of headshot. He might have taken maybe a knee to the helmet. That'll make you see some different things there.
That will provide some cobwebs, no doubt.
It's not a good feeling.
Let's look at it again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. I think he just took a nice headshot there.
Leads the team with 9 breakups this year.
So
forced a fumble.
They'll get him checked out on the sidelines.
Stephen Jones will come in replacing him, the sophomore from Rockingham, North Carolina. So Barker, he's 7th nationally with 6 3+ touchdown nights, 25th in pass efficiency. And I thought that was one of the key matchups tonight. Was it going to be Troy's passing offense, which leads the Sun Belt, against App State's #1 pass defense team? And that one nearly picked off by Franklin.
Barker took a shot there in the backfield, too. That defense was coming at him. Watch Barker here. He gets the pass off, but he got hit.
Troy came in 314 yards passing per game. That led the Sun Belt starting tonight. App State's pass defense, #1 in the league, giving up 176. Sumter in for the punt. And that will hit the back of the Troy Trojan. And
right on the
App
number
State,
there. Yeah.
Yes, App State will have it. Good field position at its own 34. When we come back, it's all Mountaineers here in Troy.
Behold.
We are back here at Troy. Only one other game in the Sun Belt tonight, and Arkansas State has come back to tie that game in Mobile tonight against South Alabama. This is something just for the Jaguars to be hanging with Arkansas State. South Alabama came in 0-7 in conference play, 1-10 overall. Arkansas State 7-4, 5-2 in league play.
Yeah, if you just look at that matchup, there's no way that game should be close, but it is. There's a lot of parity in this league,
yes.
Sun Belt Conference. South Alabama has not had a good year, but they're not a terrible football team. They had a close game here with Troy.
That's right.
Middle of the season. We just haven't gotten over the hump.
Harrington, the new running back for App State, #4. You see him shifting to the left now of Thomas.
I wouldn't expect to see Evans anymore tonight. I think he may have the rest of the night off.
I would give him that night off. He's had another terrific night. Evans.
Ball start. Offense, #75. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Just the 7th player in school history with back-to-back 1,000-yard campaigns. And what I like, he's an every down back. I mean, he can run, catch. We've seen him block tonight. Yeah. So he'll be able to have quite an impact once he decides to get paid to play. He's a junior. There's Harrington again.
And I think he'll make good money.
Yes.
At the next level, too. He's a great athlete.
That's John Hines again making the tackle. 3rd down and 10. Trojans trying to stop App State on third down. Look at this, 10 for 10.
You're going to win a lot of games when you can do that. A lot.
They came in 44% on third down conversion. And I
Did he get
think he's very close. Thomas's pass caught by Watson.
His spot was not as friendly.
No, as an earlier spot.
As one that they got earlier in the game.
That's right. That was good pressure by Troy's Showers. Yeah, Antonio Showers, the defensive end, providing some pressure on Thomas. And what do you know? For the first time tonight, App State did not convert on third down. 10 for 11, though.
First punt of the night for them?
I mean, 10 for 11. It is the first punt. I think it is. 10 for 11 in a video game is impressive. This is D1 college football, folks. Whittemore is back. He's going to let it bounce and roll. Did they save it? I think they did. Good hustle by Mike Price, a redshirt freshman there on special teams. And Troy will be back inside its own 5 when we come back. The Trojans with the football, but trailing by 4 scores. 5:41 left here in the third quarter. App State on defense, leading convincingly. And this is the first Sun Belt team to be ranked in the top 25 on multiple occasions, win as a top 25 team, be ranked in the top 25 in consecutive weeks, be ranked 20th or higher in the AP poll, start a season 7-0 overall, defeat 2 Power 5 teams in a single season, receive a college football playoff in-season ranking, first team to host and win Sun Belt championship game. They probably have more. Our crew just ran out of room on the full screen graphic.
The ran out of space to type there.
Wow.
Is this the best team in Sun Belt football history?
It's just amazing what they've been able to accomplish. And keep in mind, they just moved up to FBS in 2014.
But they were beating Michigan
yes.
at the lower level. So.
At the big house. That pass complete to Reggie Todd. He's been rather quiet tonight. Todd, third on the team in receptions. Leads the team, averaging almost 18 yards of reception. He's tied for second with 5 touchdown catches. He's a guy that started out at Mississippi State University. Played as a freshman for the Bulldogs. That's Todd again, the intended receiver. Second down and 10.
When App State went to Michigan and won as an FCS program too, that day I think was significant for college football because it kind of sounded the alarm of, hey, there are great TV contracts now. You're going to play a lot of television football. You can go to different schools, and that's really helped leagues like the Sun Belt. Because when they were essentially David and went in and slayed Goliath that day, and it sent shockwaves through the college football nation.
No doubt.
This has been a phenomenal program to watch through the years. I've really enjoyed watching them come up to the top level of football.
And they're definitely on that top level. Whittemore had that last reception for Troy. Barker in trouble, somehow eluded one defender. Now the throw across the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Geiger. He was being pressured by Demetrius Taylor. There was Noel Cook was in there as well, the senior outside linebacker. Got hit there as he threw the ball by E.J. Scott. And here comes Sumter into punt.
Barker's going to enjoy his day off tomorrow, for sure.
Wow.
He's been hit a lot tonight.
Not even close to being 100%.
That's a live ball, I think.
Hennigan was fair catching it.
Looked like it went off of.
It came close to hitting him.
Not going to matter here, but
App State will get it at the 31-yard line. Let's look at this again. If it did indeed, I think Jones, number 12, bumped him. Yes.
Nobody touched it, though.
Nope, split the uprights right between the two. Jones, though, hustling to make sure.
And I think part of his hustle there was he thought that they touched it, because otherwise you don't go for that ball. You let it ride.
Thomas, a little swing pass to Williams. Williams with another catch.
Malik Williams is
that tackle by Nixon.
He's quietly had a really nice night too in the receiving corps for App State.
Yeah, Williams came in with 45 catches on the year. He's now over 50. Playing without their fine junior receiver, Corey Sutton. There's Williams again. That was Carlton Marshall. Boy, he's fun, isn't he? Marshall, what he's been able to accomplish. Not a big guy, but a great awareness, tremendous ability to cover the field. Just a sophomore.
He's going to be an iconic name around here by the time he leaves, Troy. I think he's going to be a big-time defensive playmaker, kind of like a Bear Woods type. Bear was a linebacker here about 10 years ago. The guy I still talk about a lot around here too. He's on those Troy teams that won four or five straight league titles in the Sun Belt.
Thomas, incomplete. Nice job by Dale Pettis.
You find me a team that can win this league 4 and 5 times in a row now, though, with the depth that the Sun Belt Conference has, and I would tell you that that's a dynasty program, because the league is very deep. App State's a great football program. Troy's down this year, but still, in Arkansas State, Georgia Southern, Louisiana.
Whittemore asking for the fair catch. He receives it on that punt from Sabach. Haven't really talked about the Australian from down under, the junior punter for App State. Haven't had a lot of action. He's probably been bored on that sideline.
Yeah, it's second punt tonight?
Yes.
He's
got a good leg. 8 of those punts this year have gone over 50.
What is it about punters from down under?
Yes.
LSU had a kicker from Australia on that team in 2011. It went to the national championship game, played against Alabama.
That's right. It's like a badge of honor for some of these college coaches to got to get a punter, got to get an Aussie. Barker, Whittemore. Nope. That was Clark. I beg your pardon. 23 Clark instead of 83 Whittemore. Pickup of 2. Under 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. It was 20-10 after the first quarter. 34-13 at half. Barker. That's Geiger. First down, Troy at the 30-yard line. Jackson and Jones share that tackle for App.
Troy going with some pace here.
Barker. His pass is incomplete. He was looking for Geiger again. Geiger needs 10 catches to tie the school record for most catches in a season. He came in with 74, leads the team in receptions, leads in passing yards at 846 coming into this one. Tied for second with 5 touchdown receptions. He has been a key player in that Troy offense, a junior college transfer.
Yeah, they were very proud of the progress he's made too. The coaching staff was.
Again, the target to Geiger.
In the coaches' call this week, where we got a chance to sit down and discuss a lot of this stuff with them, one of the themes was, when you recruit junior college guys, you really got to hit a home run, and so, and they did. Troy did on a lot of the JUCO guys they brought in this season. I suspect they'll need to hit JUCO recruiting pretty hard again as they continue to kind of rebuild this program.
3rd down and 10, a little swing pass to Billingsley across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. Hampton trips him up, shy of a 1st down. Give him 7, 4th down and 3. Troy going for it at his own 37. Barker has some time. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Sam Letton.
It looked like he made the catch.
At first I thought he did.
Yeah.
And Letton is not pleased with himself. Barker's shaking his head.
You don't want to see that, though. They're knocking the helmet around.
Let's look at it again.
Oh.
No.
A little deceiving.
Coverage by Nicholas Ross out of Kennesaw, Georgia.
They have a lot of players on the roster from the state of Georgia, too. And Alabama, even. They've come to Montgomery and gotten
I have
some.
noticed that. They've won 3 straight Sun Belt titles. Looking for number 4 this year. That's Evans. He's back in the game. Evans was tripped up.
He's gotten some good rest.
I think that was Dunmore, redshirt freshman safety.
I've always been curious about games like this. You got a whole quarter left to play. Chip Lindsey, what do you do? You going to go to the younger guys in the 4th quarter?
They got a lot of guys coming back. 17 seniors were key. Nice pass to Evans for another 1st down.
Yeah, and they've got some defensive woes to shore up. And early in the year, they lost a shootout here at home to Southern Miss, 47-42. They lost to Arkansas State, 50-43 here at home. And in that game, they were pushing with the touchdown right at the end of the game and couldn't get it in. I think they got a penalty. That game ended like in a runoff, something really weird. So the record could be a lot better for Troy, but.
Handoff to Marcus Williams, Jr. No gain. That's going to probably be the last play here in the 3rd quarter.
They're almost a tale of 2 teams, though. They score a ton of points or they don't. And tonight they haven't.
No, they haven't. 4th quarter straight ahead here on ESPN+.
Behold.
Sun Belt Conference Eastern Division duel. App State leading it over Troy. We've got an upset tonight in the Sun Belt down in Mobile. How about those Jaguars? Stunning Arkansas State, 34-30.
Yeah,
how does that happen?
What happened in that game?
Man, first conference win of the year for South Alabama.
I'm going to need to see some stats on that.
Yeah, just their 2nd overall, and Arkansas State was 5-2 in league play. Here's Thomas up top. First play of the 4th quarter and a touchdown to Evans. 47-13 pending the extra point.
Yeah, I was wrong on Evans. I thought he was going to get the rest of the night off earlier. He's galloping in for touchdowns. Great football player, though. He's really done a good job in route running, too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he's done a nice job picking up the blitz a couple times tonight. We
know
how he can run.
I like that they spin him out and use him on passing routes. Like
yes.
that too.
And that adds another element. You know those NFL folks. Just look at Jonathan Taylor, the fine running back out of Wisconsin.
Yes.
Started to be able to catch the ball, and his stock has risen. Same thing with Evans. And Staten's extra point is good. Here's the latest App State score, Thomas to Evans. And Mountaineers get ready to host the Sun Belt Championship game next weekend.
Behold.
Troy started the night with 17 wins over its last 23 Sun Belt games. But tonight, they've run into a Mountaineer bunch that is just firing on all cylinders. 48-13. The kickoff by Slayton, taken at the 3, up to just across the 20-yard line. That was Daughtry Fry on the kickoff return.
I don't know that many thought Troy had a shot at winning this game tonight going into it. I felt like they would give App State a nice push, though, and they did for a while. But a couple of different breaks, and they could have made it last a little longer. But Christmas comes early for Troy this year, so
that's true.
They'll be at home in the postseason.
A rare occurrence for Troy football and this fan base that have really been spoiled with what they've been able to accomplish through the years. Barker's pass complete to McLean. First down for the Trojans. Good news, Weldon is back in for Troy. He was injured on the first series tonight. That pass is caught by Clark. Another first down, back-to-back first downs for the Trojans.
Going to go with a little pace here.
Barker zeroing in on 300 yards passing again tonight. Nice run into App State territory.
Got a late flag.
Yes, it was.
Comes in.
Launched.
It's going to be some sort of probably 15 on something. There's a discussion.
That's Woods, the running back. Coach Lindsay.
Foul. Targeting, defense, number 6. Previous plays under further review.
That's Desmond Franklin. You heard this week when we were talking with Chip Lindsay how impressed he was. Woods coming on. The freshman out of Gadsden, Alabama. Let's look at this play again.
Again, I don't know that this is going to stand because he's coming down. I don't know that there's a lot the defender can do there.
Right. But we've seen that called throughout this season, even in situations like these.
This is the second targeting flag of the night on App State. The first one, similar trajectory type deal. It was on Barker was being in the process of being tackled. And same thing with the back here. And I literally think his helmet crossed paths with the other.
After review, there is no foul for targeting.
See, that's it.
There you go.
First down.
Now, this is great in the healthcare protocol and acknowledging that, we got to do better in football and take care of our kids and that sort of thing. But you got a fast-paced offense. That's killer right there.
Yes.
Even if the flag would benefit you.
No doubt.
Somebody like Chip Lindsay, he likes to call a lot of fast plays in succession, and that completely stopped the whole drive there.
So first down and 10 at the 44. Barker with a little play action, looking for Geiger. Just overthrown. There is a flag. Was Geiger held a little bit?
Something jumbled Geiger up there around the 15-yard line.
Yes.
Defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, that was Caden Smith, the junior DB out of Lawrenceville, Georgia.
On my first look, I thought maybe Geiger had slowed up a little bit on his route, but he obviously was held. Let's see if another look at it here. And catch Geiger on the route. Yeah, he got tugged on just a little bit.
Geiger led the nation in catches and yards receiving last year. JUCO transfer. Boy, 3 JUCO wide receivers that Troy hit on, all 3. That catch by Trey Eford. At tackle by Dublin. Second down and 11. Barker's pass incomplete. That was Eford again, another target on the junior from Leesburg. K. Smith on the coverage. Third down and 11.
It's a well-thrown ball there. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Letton is in motion.
Offsides.
And offside, so a free play. Barker in trouble.
You just want to launch it.
Yeah, get rid of it. Don't take another hit.
Chip Lindsey, somewhat animated. They would blow it dead if it was a false start. Or in most cases they would. Yeah.
Offside. Defense, number 29. 5-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
That was on Brendan Harrington, outside linebacker, a freshman from Pittsboro, North Carolina.
Don't you like when you can read a coach's thoughts on his face? I'm not sure what he was upset about there, but he was not pleased with something.
Well, he told us earlier this week on the phone that he's really enjoyed the head coaching experience, year one. He's hired a good staff, very supportive staff. He obviously didn't see it coming last week. He said his team would be motivated to play better tonight.
They haven't played a necessarily terrible game. The problem for Troy tonight is they're going against a really great football team.
Yeah.
You know.
No question.
I think the credit here is App State. And they got points that aren't on the board, too. App State, touchdowns called back before the half. So.
Yes. Back-to-back touchdown passes that were called back. And then Nixon had the pick to end the half. That pass was intended for Reggie Todd. 4th down and 6 for the Trojans at the 25-yard line. Eford is in motion to the top of your screen. Barker in trouble. He's going to try to run for the first down. He's drugged down at the 20. That was Tyler Bird that drug him down. He's going to be shy of the first down, and Troy will turn it over on downs.
Pretty rough-looking takedown of the
sure
quarterback there.
I was cringing up here.
Got him by the jersey. It wasn't as rough as it looked, but and I think it's because we knew that coming into the game tonight that Barker was, dealing with some injury issues, and so you kind of cringe every time he gets hit tonight, and he has been hit a lot.
And just think, he hasn't practiced in 3 weeks to stay sharp.
Yeah, he's done a great job throwing the ball tonight.
That's hard to keep that rhythm.
Yeah, heading into the quarter, he was 20 of 35, 249 passing yards for Barker.
That's Huseman. We got a new quarterback, Jacob Huseman. He's a junior out of Bradenton, Florida, in that Sarasota area, just south of Tampa, 6'3", 205. He's 4 for 6 through the air this year for 90 yards, a couple touchdowns. He's played in 4 games, so this is his 5th game that he has played. Jacob Huseman.
A talent-rich area of South Florida.
Yes.
App State's.
That's Harrington around the right end for a first down. Pettis knocked him out of bounds, but a nice run by Harrington. Clock continues to run. Approaching 11.5 minutes left in the regular season for both these teams. And App State knocking on the door of 500 yards of total offense tonight. Marcus Williams hit behind the line. Tackle for a loss by Marshall. He's got 18 and a half now this year. Boy, looking at his stats for the year, you talk about a stat stuffer. You hear that term a lot in basketball, but in football, wow. He's had himself a remarkable sophomore season, coming off a freshman All-American year.
More than likely, I would say he's probably a guy that a lot of these Power 5 schools took a look at and wrote him off because of his size.
Yep, the frame, 5'10".
And Troy has had a lot of success with guys like that.
Playing with a little chip on your shoulder, if you will. That handoff to Raquan Anderson, who just came into the game, a freshman running back, 5'9", 180, out of Folkston, Georgia.
There's a guy named Jarrell Jernigan that played ball here. Was a great returner, great receiver. He was a little undersized, and a lot of SEC teams passed on him. He was from over in Eufaula, just not far from Troy. But he turned out to be a great athlete, great ball player, and won a Super Bowl
yes.
with the Giants.
That's right. Third down and 10. Jacob Huseman, little dump pass on the right flat. Complete to Anderson, shy of the first down. That tackle by Troy's Orlando Lacey.
Orlando Lacey's a guy who's going to be a great contributor here too. Solid athlete, had a great high school career, and is playing big boy Division I football now. This Troy team is going to grow, and I think next year they'll be much improved. 2 years down the road, if the trajectory continues, this is going to be a very dangerous football team. This App State-Troy game 2 years from now, maybe we'll be on the call again.
That's right.
Will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sure will. Just like last year's game, it came down to decide the Eastern Division. It was 21-10. App State won that game. Whittemore will fair catch that punt by Sabach. Caleb Barker and the Troy offense will hit the field when we come back. 9:06 left in the season for Troy. App State getting ready to host the Sun Belt Championship clash next weekend. Control. Barker in the shotgun. Pass to the near side, caught by McLean. And that tackle by Willie Edwards. You know, we were talking with Ryan Pugh, the offensive coordinator this week, and I asked him, give me something about Caleb Barker that really nobody maybe knows about. Maybe the fan base, maybe the members of the media. He said, well, obviously we all know he's a great young man and a talented quarterback, but most people don't realize his physical and mental toughness is at a high level. He went on to say he's one of the best he's ever been around. He spent last summer at a military deal out in California, and he thought that really helped him become even more of a better leader. So we got a new quarterback.
I think his night is done.
Yes. So it looks like
that's not Gunnar Watson, who's listed as second on the depth chart.
That's Cade Young, a senior out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, on senior night, getting a little PT. 6'3". What coach? That tough.
And we've seen that tonight because Ted Roof, the defensive coordinator for App State, saw that weakness when they were not blitzing Barker early in the game. Barker was having great success. So he said, okay, we're going to blitz a lot. And they did, and they've hit Barker a ton tonight. And he just keeps getting back up. He's really been unfazed by that, and he's had an Archie Manning NFL type evening.
Yes.
Gotten hit. He's got
Troy calls the timeout. Yes, yeah. He has taken a lot of hits. You know, of course, Thanksgiving yesterday, the holidays are here, which means the bowl season is right around the corner. And for the past 3 years, the Sun Belt Conference owns the best winning percentage. Look at all those other conferences, the Big 12, ACC, Big 10, Mountain West, Conference USA, the SEC, even 500, all the way down to the MAC. But 11 out of 16 games, the Sun Belt has come away with a win.
Yeah, they've done really well in bowl season, and Troy's contributed to that number, so has App State. And
yes,
the SEC playing double amount of the games there at 34 as opposed to 16. But the number that kind of struck me there was the Big 12, almost a comparable number to the Sun Belt.
That's right.
Not a huge difference.
Chip Lindsey able to get a lot of folks into the game. That's Woods again, the freshman. Lindsey talking about planning to redshirt Woods. He's come on strong lately. Of course, Billingsley, he went on and on about going from a role player to a key part of the offense. And defensively, that pass is complete by Young to Whittemore. That's going to be a first down for Troy. He has been really happy with Smiley and Robertson. Some bright spots that have come on and pressed into action.
I haven't talked about Troy's uniforms tonight, but they are brand new. They call that Trojan smoke. That color, yeah, it's like a blackish gray. The chrome dome helmet.
Yes. Tell you what, old Thomas has helped us out there, helping us spot tonight, because some of those uniform, it's kind of tough to see.
Yeah, the number's a little bit difficult there. He's done a great job for us. So
sure has.
We watched Mississippi State last night had gold numerals on their jerseys. Those were a little tough to see too, but they look cool
on the carry.
And,
yes.
And the kids like that.
That's all it is. Yeah. That's exactly. Eye candy.
Yeah, Troy's really expanded the uniform database, I guess. We're getting close to calling them Oregon South.
It's got a chrome, almost like a chrome T on that helmet. Pass to the near side by Young, caught. And that's Woolfolk again. Woolfolk is another freshman, a redshirt freshman out of Fort Valley, Georgia. Almost 300 yards rushing on the year. He now has double figures in receptions on the season. Had a couple touchdowns 2 weeks ago against Texas State. Boy, what a day that was for that Troy offense. Over
that was
60 points.
That was a big time victory. You kind of thought they'd turn the corner. Turns out that was really the finale for the celebrations of the season.
Yeah, so. Highest scoring Sun Belt game in school history. Woolfolk down to the 40-yard line, another first down for the Trojans.
Let me tell you, one thing that Chip Lindsey offenses do really well is run the screen. They've had really nice success running that screen tonight. Something to build off of. They got a couple of things to get ready for next year. They got to figure out this defense, and rushing attack needs strengthening as well, because their rushing numbers tonight have been almost non-existent. And Barker's accounted for a number of those out of the 35, I think, that they've got.
Young pass was almost picked off. Mitchell, number 33, almost with the pick. Jordan Mitchell, an inside linebacker, redshirt freshman out of North Carolina. Troy offense came into this game 467 yards per game of total offense. Billingsley with the carry. Dublin on the tackle.
Number 20, DK Billingsley on the carry.
Clock continues to wind down on this Troy Trojan season. The first under Chip Lindsey. And we've got one other storyline that we haven't even touched on, and it's an important one.
Probably aside from the game and,
yes,
and what we're all here for.
A sidebar, if you will. This one's going to be picked off by Willie Evans. I should say Willie Edwards, a 6'1" grad from Wichita, Kansas. And it'll be first down and 10 at the 12. When we come back, it's cranberry sauce or no cranberry sauce. We'll hear what the two head coaches told us, and we'll circle around our broadcast crew tonight to see what they prefer. That and much more coming up next. 3:46 left in this game. Cranberry sauce or no cranberry sauce? Chip Lindsey says, I'm not interested in it.
No, sir. Yeah, he's not. This came up in the press conference for Coach Eli Drinkwitz, App State, earlier this week. One of the beat writers was asking him about cranberry sauce.
And he said,
he's
no, thank you.
He's not a cranberry sauce guy either.
So our two head coaches are with Thanksgiving yesterday.
Yeah.
Neither of them touched the cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, so we take the closer look, this broadcast team, and in the truck tonight, 4 for 4 with the cranberry sauce in the truck.
Which surprised me.
Yeah, I thought there would be a little bit of a differential.
Production people will eat anything.
Oh, gosh. They got to make us look good for another 3 minutes. You got to be careful, Ben, what you say.
My day job's at a TV station.
Oh, okay, yes, there you go. A run around the right end. And the carry by App State's Anderson. Now, the truck was 4 for 4 with the cranberry sauce. The camera crew, though, tonight, 50-50. So now, all of a sudden, it's 6-4 in favor of cranberry sauce. Are you a cranberry sauce guy?
I am not.
6-5.
Won't touch it.
I will touch it. So 7-5. Thomas, our spotter, no. So 7-6 in favor of cranberry sauce is the final total from tonight's. So break it down the camera crew. There's an A. We're sorry, folks. 48-13, App State with the football, leading. Got to have a little fun on this holiday weekend. The carry by Ryan Huff. Check that. That was Clark, Kendrick Clark, 27 instead of 21.
Now, do you like that kind that has that can shape? They just dump it out on the plate?
Yeah, not big on that. No.
Yeah, everyone knows what I'm talking. Everyone in America knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Second down and 5, less than 2 minutes left.
You like the authentic.
Yes, give me the real deal.
The homemade cranberry sauce. Some people like that can formation cranberry sauce.
Yes, I'm sure there have been folks. I mean, the folks that have been watching tonight.
Somebody out there.
Yes. That's Clark again with the carry as we approach a minute left.
Got a player down.
Yeah. The Trojans. And I think that's KJ Robertson that Coach Lindsey was so impressed with the way he's come on this year.
The young guy, sophomore. He hasn't rolled over yet. That's not a good sign. Got a pretty tough leg injury here. Another shot of it here. Oh, maybe that was the late fall there.
Yes.
Kind of twisted him up a little bit.
So it's been one of those years for the Trojans. First year under Chip Lindsey.
They've got a nice athletic training program here.
Yes.
If that's what you want to go to school for, it's a nice place to do it at Troy. And they've kept them busy this year, unfortunately, though. That's been a big problem for this team. His left leg.
Not putting any weight on that. Trojans will end the year 5-7, 3-5 in Sun Belt play. App State will host next week's Sun Belt Championship against Louisiana. 11-1 on the year, 7-1 in the Sun Belt. I'll tell you what, this App State team, they moved up to FBS in 2014, and since then, 25-11 on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible, and they'll now win their 8th straight road game, which they started the night tied with Bama. Of course, they're still behind Clemson, the defending national champs. The Tigers have won 11 straight.
Do you think Bama's streak continues tomorrow?
I think it does.
They got a tough outing
They
at
do.
Auburn.
Just down the road. Well, not down the road, but not too far away.
It's probably the closest D1 school to Troy.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's Jackson Gibbs, the new quarterback, sophomore, 6'1", 195 out of Davidson, North Carolina. Dessert, pie, or cake? Look at this. We even break it down between the director, Mike Furco. He says pie, and all the rest of the graphics folks and the behind the scenes that made tonight so memorable.
I'm going to go with pie, too.
Yeah, I'm a big pie guy. Yeah. And that will do it. App State, very impressive tonight, 48-13. I enjoyed working with you. How about some final impressions?
App State ate all the pie.
They did.
And the cranberry sauce tonight. Listen, that's a great football team we've watched tonight. And going to be a formidable opponent in the championship game next weekend against Louisiana. For App State, that's going to be a big-time home field advantage for them as well.
Yeah, they will. They'll
really
be the favorite going into next week. And with that, that'll wrap up our coverage tonight from the Vet. So for Ben Stanfield, I'm Will Kohlmeyer saying so long. Final score once again, 48-13 in favor of App State. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. We appreciate you watching and enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving holiday weekend, folks.